Hi, I'm Christian Levy with miracleofyoga.com. Do you take time in your yoga practice to just concentrate on learning specific actions in the yoga postures and practicing those actions? Many of you do, I'm sure, but if you don't do that in your practice, then you should consider doing so. Take some time and just geek out on the actions of the postures and give yourself time and space to really learn them. So for example, you learn that the shoulders in downward facing dog always roll in, which they do, and it's better to roll them out. You also learn that when you roll the shoulders out, the elbows want to bend, and we want to keep the elbows straight. And when you roll the shoulders out, and the elbows bend, as you correct that, the weight falls to the outer edges of the hands. But we want to maintain a balanced weight through the hands in downward facing dog or modified dog or anything with it. This is the same action with all of these arm positions. We want to roll the shoulders the correct way. When we do the correct rotation of the shoulders, which never happens, unless you know what it is and how to do it. When you do the correct action of the rotation, the elbow wants to bend. When you lock the elbows and roll, the hands want to turn. Can we keep the palms of the hands parallel to the floor as the shoulders roll back and the elbows lock? All three of these actions essentially pull away from the others. So this is a coordination. And if you don't take the time to play around with it, then you may never really get a deep understanding of it, and you may never really be able to apply it to your best ability in the poses. Take some time. You don't even have to be doing your yoga practice. Or if you can take some time in your yoga practice itself, and you just play with these actions, slow down. I spread the fingers real wide. I see that the hands are shoulder width apart. Then, as I lock the elbows, I roll the shoulders the correct way, and I press the inner edges of the hands down. Inner hands down, elbows locked, roll the shoulders. See if I can do all three actions together. So the point is, if you take some time here and there in your yoga practice or out of your yoga practice to just geek out and learn the actions, practice them without the stress of being all the way in the pose, or maybe being tired from being in the middle of a practice or moving quickly through a practice or anything like this. When you go back to your yoga practice, you will have really awakened this intelligence. You'll remember the actions, and your body will be able to respond to those actions better because you took some time to just play with them. You can learn any of the individual yoga poses you're interested in by checking out those videos in my yoga pose library. And the same thing here. Take one pose, 1 week, concentrate on it. Watch the video and take some time to break down the different actions, understand them, then learn how to do them together. You just kind of geek out on this pose. Then when you're in your practice, see how the pose comes together for you. You'll see you really understand what you're supposed to be doing, and the body will be able to respond to what you're doing better and better. I'm Christian Levy with miracleofyoga.com. Thanks for joining me.